If you're a young guy, are you still watching the Bibbies of the world? Are you still trying to pick up things from them? Because Mike Bibby is still an extraordinary talent in this league.
Yeah, I think you definitely are. When you're a younger player, you're definitely looking to the veteran players for that role. And I know it's late in the season, but you've got guys like a Quincy Doobie who hasn't had a lot of minutes consistently. And I truly believe that players like Garcia have gotten better because of the Kevin Martins, because of the Mike Bibbies. When they practice with these guys every single day and you play with these guys, that's where you're still learning. They have a lot to learn. It's a big jump from their college game up to this level.
Yeah, 17-point night with 5 assists and 5 rebounds for Mike Bibby as the Kings come up on the short end of a 125-118 score to the New Orleans Hornets. Come out with that effort, and you play like that, they'd have done much better this season. So the question becomes, why didn't they play like that for most of the season? I don't know if there's an easy answer, Krista. I don't know if it's a straight black and white issue.
Yeah, you know, at halftime, we talked about how Jeff Petrie's job is going to be trying to figure all these things out, not just from a financial standpoint, but trying to figure out where the chemistry lies, which players really did get along, what's going to fit, what's going to work. There's no doubt this team was capable of playing at a very high level. We saw bits and pieces of it throughout the season, but there wasn't consistency with it. And why that wasn't, it just, there wasn't that chemistry, and they've got to find the right guys to fit.
How hard is that to figure out, Henry? Because in those great years for the Kings when they were challenging for...
In 3 seconds, they're getting a layup.
Have you noticed the ball never touched the ground?
Yeah.
They don't stop. They continue to run. There were a couple of times there where you could see purple jerseys standing and waiting to see if they were going to set up in a half-court set, but they don't because they don't stop moving. You hesitate 1 second to look to see if they're going to set up. They're not that kind of a team, and you would think, I'm sure they talked about it. I'm sure they talked about breaking somebody and getting them back. Easier said than done from where we are,
sure.
But you know, there's after seeing it over and over again, there's got to be some way to stop it.
But that was 3 straight possessions, guys.
And I honestly think that the Phoenix Suns
2 out of 3 in 3 possessions, and yet you give up 3 layups, for goodness sakes.
Well, you could see the heads hanging down. I mean, it just, and, you know, the frustration with the individuals because they know it's happened again. They've just seen that same play. It just happened again and again and again. And you could see the frustration. You could see them hanging their heads, shaking their heads a little bit, coming into timeouts. It affects you. It's hard to get up on that. Just when you think you've hit a couple of shots, there they are hitting layups.
3-point. When he, not just distributing, but when he's scoring, how much more difficult is it to stop Phoenix?
That's what's tough. And you almost get to a point where you say, okay, 20 assists. And the way he makes it look so easy, and what Henry was talking about, how the Kings got lured into that, it almost makes you feel like, okay, we're not leaving anyone. We're going to make him do everything then. I don't know what you can do to beat this guy, but you can't be as physical as you want to be anymore. I mean, they're definitely calling a lot more physical play, so it's tough. A guy like him, he's got an advantage.
Kings lose this ball. Phoenix was doing was having a personal scrimmage.
It was amazing. They have the fast breakdown. It's really just to a science almost, and you get to a point where you think, okay, there's got to be a way to stop it, but they are so fast and they have such great body control. It's amazing to me that they even can stop and take a shot, but they just make it look so easy.
What's more amazing to you, Henry? 6 players in double figures, but you've played pretty well, and now you dip below 500. Is that a psychological mark?
This is where the team really sees if they are a team. And this is the point where if you're truly a team and you're playing together, you're going to find a way to keep it together. You may not win every single game, obviously, but right now we will see what will happen because you lose 4 in a row. You're feeling pretty down, and this is that point where will bickering begin, or will they pull together and find a way to win some games, especially getting to come back home?
And I know it's only 17 games into the season, but